Excellent processing. This is KAYLAN, better known as Professor Psychos and Angels. And remember to have healthy eating, appropriate speech, appropriate behavior, appropriate clothing, appropriate spacing, and know the science and anatomy of all things. Also remember to have the goals of the body, the household, and the outside responsibilities. Very good. Here, just hand wash your clothes, and was singing a song earlier. Wanted to sing that. Was creating a song and wanting to document that. You gotta let that light shine. In the path of our life. You have to be the light to the dark to create who we are. You gotta let that light shine to be who I know that you are. Our potential can go very far. You gotta let that light shine. And you cannot be dimmed. You gotta make those memories and never forget it when you let that light shine. I spent most of my life in the dark, struggling in so many ways. Yet I tried to not be dim and open my light to the better days and create the better ways. I try not to let the memories fade. Yet sometimes when I think back at my memories, it just seems to fade. I cannot even remember the second of every day. Through the struggle, sometimes I feel dimmed. Sometimes I feel like I close out. And I cannot forgive it. All of the times that I was hurt when I thought better and not worse, but others around me had made it really hard. But I presume I have to make the best of who we are. You gotta let that light shine. You gotta be the light to the dark to create who we are. You cannot become those pollutions. You have to be the solutions. In my life, I am thankful for the ones who had supported me. And when I was down, that was something that seemed motivation in me. And then when I created the Psychos Industries, I had to think sourcefully. And throughout my life, I am thankful for the ones who had supported me. Because in a way, that had enlightened me. And helped my light shine to be the light in the dark, creating who we are. In life, sometimes when I was surrounded by hate, I felt like people looked at me different, like they discriminated. And sometimes when I went through the struggles, I felt like I could not handle it. But yet I kept moving forward, and with every step, I thought of the responsibilities and I just took a breath. I could not let those pollutions and things get the best of me. When I had to let that light shine that is within me. You have to let that light shine, no matter the struggle. And the heavens would say your reward will be more than doubled. You have to let that light shine. When I seen those bad things passing me, when I was on a bicycle having blisters on my feet, I felt like I would not let those bad things create me. But yet, I seen that my situation was in struggle worsening while those bad things were passing me. I did not let those bad things get to me, and I just kept my mind focused on the path with the light within me. But yet, does that mean that the heavens wanted to reward me? Perhaps I should be less focused on the reward. Because I have to know what I'm truly living for. You have to let that light shine. Be the light in the dark. To create who we are. So open up the doors. There's so many ways of life to explore. There's just something I cannot ignore. And the ways of life into which we can explore only can be done with money. And that is what the heaven seems to reward those bad things for. And I told myself, I do not live for the reward. I live for the betterment of the future. But then I see my medical problems getting worse. But I want to think better and not worse. And focus on the better future first. But sometimes I think money and how that can problem solve. And they say sometimes you have to walk before you crawl. And then you would just not crawl at all. You would have to stand up on your own, even if you feel like you're all alone, in a situation of struggle, as you beg and plead the heavens that the reward will be more than doubled. If you did not have injuries, I would completely understand. I know I'm a woman, but I'm stronger than a man. You have to let that light shine. Be the light to the dark. To create who we are. Sometimes in life I see things that bother me, things that I want to change, and I could not do it without money. And I plead to the heavens, please help me. Let me get up to the field of success. As they have for the ones who they just randomly blessed, and they did not have to be worthy, they did not have to do good. And then I think, what is the order that they should do? Heavens, you know that I'm talking to you. You reward those bad things, and I've seen it with my own two eyes. And then you do not accredit my efforts and how hard that I try. Reward me, bless me, and I'll show you more of the many ways of life that we can explore. You have to let that light shine. Be the light to the dark. And create who we are. And even in the struggle, we pray that the reward will be more than doubled. Sometimes in life I feel struggled. I pray to the heavens for the reward to be more than doubled. But yet I see the struggle in a constant circle. And how can I change that? Just in the way that I think in my mind? Just pretend that it's all just fine when it's not? And sometimes when I want to stop those bad things, it's in my mind that I fought all those times that I thought that I could change things. But I did not have enough money to do so. And I dwell in the thoughts to what I could have done more so. But I felt like my spirit was feeling low. But regardless, the wise decisions is always what I show. I've proven myself worthy so many times. I am the purest of the soulful minds, that only shall bear the fruitful greatness for the ambition of pure good. And I try to be an inspiration on what they should do. Sometimes in the struggle, I feel like I'm just through, that I've given enough contributions in life. But then I think we could go further, like making and manufacturing the books for the blind. Yet it seems like people just seem to ignore me, because all they care about is the money. But when I think about how I could not even have food on the table, I pray to the heavens that they will do what I'm not able. Give me a miracle. How about making me win the lottery in 2023, so we can have no more pain or struggling, so then I will never be dimmed. And if you need some creative new thing, I'm the one who will create it. You have to let that light shine, be the light to the dark, and create who we are. You have to open up that door, because there is so many ways of life to explore. Sometimes in life, I try to find ways that I could be enlightened, practicing gratitude every day, with the bad things just fighting. Practicing gratitude is sometimes what can make life better. I try different strategies, but it does not last forever. But what will is the permanent contributions that I can give to the world. But they seem to ignore it. It's like they do not want better for themselves. Let's just say that I've been through the rough. And when I try to lift myself up, I just try to say that I am enough. Although other people around me did not try to say any kind of motivational stuff. I had to be a motivation to myself, even if it was not agreed upon by anyone else, because I knew that I was the one that was doing the good, being an inspiration to what people should be. If only I was treated equally. But when I lift myself up, I have to tell myself that I am enough. A born-again virgin living as a non-sinner, regardless of trauma and injuries. When I was a child, not even the children's homes or academies wanted me. But I had to want myself, even when I was not wanted by anyone else. The fact of the matter is I have to be faster to understand the matter of life. So regardless of struggle, regardless of strife, I'm going to lift myself up and let myself know that I am enough. You have to let your light shine and be the light in the dark, creating who we are. And regardless of the struggle, we pray that the heavens will make the reward more than double. Sometimes when I feel down, I need to be resourceful and just take a look around. But regardless, I stick to the betterment of the future. Even if people do not support me, I keep moving further. I see my potential, and I say that we're nowhere near. And then without the money, it's a definite fear that I could never even get there. But regardless, you have to let that light shine. Be the light to the dark to create who we are. You cannot become the pollutions. You have to become the solutions. The heavens had watched me prove myself worthy. Even when I was in struggle, had blisters on my feet. At the end of 2020, living homeless. Because I chose to take the leap of faith with the heavens. Did they accredit all of the effort that I put forth? When I had a problem, I always tried to get to the source. I live as a non-sinner because I knew that the sin was the source of the problems. And in my mind, I always tried to solve them. Every single problem that I ever would go through. I look at the struggle and I say, hey, it's nothing new. But regardless, I'm pushing through. Because I have to let that light shine and be the light to the dark to create who we are. And when the heavens sees the struggle, we pray that they will make the reward more than double. You have to let that light shine. I see the potential to reach the potential. I do not want to give up, not even a little. I want to put all my effort forth to see what the heavens does, as I have for many years. Living without sin. It's always important to take the steps of forgiveness. And I've done further than that. But why have they not rewarded that? I'm telling you the facts. If I was to give you the calculation of the math, it would take all day for that. There's so many calculations of coordinations. The effort that was put forth, perhaps it is just not in their processing. But regardless, I'm pushing through. I'll put my effort into you. And heavens, I'm praying that you do what you can do. And as you watch me in struggle, may the reward be more than double. I have a farmer's market that I'm wanting to prepare. I want to be the main distributor and manufacturer. I want to help robotics become more involved with the books for the blind. Why do you not see potential in me in life? Give me a chance, I plead. As you know what I need. Get me out of the struggle and let me be money free. You have to let that light shine and open up the door. There's so many ways of life to explore. You know I've went through severe trauma and injuries. Do you accredit every tear that I cried in the prayers of plead? Have you ever just wanted to step out of your deception and be what I need? I pray that you will have empathy. So I'm going to put forth effort to reach to my potential. But you know that I'm not going to live forever. So hurry up before I die and make things better. You have to let that light shine and be the light to the dark to create who we are. You have to let that light shine all of the time.